This is activity 13 in the Electronics Level 1 series, and we're going to cover parallel resistors. To see this and the other activities in the series, visit jb.works and type in the TMT code at the bottom of your screen into the search prompt. In activity 12, we looked at resistors connected in series, and this is where the current flows through them in a line like so. This is a 1K resistor and this is a 1K resistor. So as far as the current is concerned, they're equivalent to one 2K resistor, so the resistances add together. In a parallel arrangement, the resistors are next to each other and the current flows through both at the same time. And what this does to the resistance is it halves the resistance. So these are both 1K resistors. The total resistance from here to here is 500 ohms or half a K. Now we'll take a look at the circuit. So basically we have 3 volts coming into our parallel resistors. Now remember from the previous bit we said that two 1K resistors in parallel results in 500 ohms of resistance or half a K. So what this means is that you actually get twice as much current flowing through because you've got half the resistance. So essentially we have 3 volts coming from here going through these two jumper wires into our 2 resistors, and then the 2 jumpers here are sending the output from those resistors into the user area, which is this section here. And what that does is it lets us combine 2 wires into 1 wire, which then comes along and goes into our LED and finally down to ground. And that's the jumper there, which is the green one that is taking it to ground. So in theory, the LED should be twice as bright as it would be if we just had one 1K resistor in series with it. For this activity, you need 1 charged JackBord, a top, and 9 short female-to-female jumper wires. Okay, to build it, we put the top on the JackBord, and the first thing we do is connect up the power, put the ground in, and the 3 volts, and finally the 5 volts. So now we've got power, and I can just check it. I turn on the JackBord, both lights should turn on. And now we're going to make a parallel circuit. So the first thing we're going to do is take a yellow wire and go to the first resistor, and then another yellow wire. I should put that one there. I'm just going to move it over a bit so they're in parallel, like so. And now I need to get these 2 ends to connect together. So I'm going to do that by using one of these parallel sets of 4 pins in the user area. So we'll do that. There. And then we're going to take, so we've got the power comes into the 2 resistors, out the other side, and they join up at this blue set of user pins. And then we're going to put another jumper onto the user pins, and that goes to the LED. And then finally our last jumper is going to go from here down to ground, and the LED turns on. So we have 3 volts coming from here into 2 parallel resistors, then they combine into a single line and go from the white one into the LED, and then finally from the LED to ground. Now you should be able to see this, that if I unplug one of these wires, the LED gets a bit dimmer. If I plug it back in, it gets brighter. It's not a huge change, but you can see it. So that's 2 resistors in parallel feeding an LED. For more information, visit jb.works.